Hello, my name is David McKnight. I am in CPSC 481 with Dr. Pargas in the Android development class. So I have just finished my assignment one. It's basically a solar system app, and I'm just going to walk you through this, explain some things to you people that would like a little help because I have no experience with Android at all, and so I had to learn a lot of stuff on the fly. Um, and so hopefully, maybe from a beginner's perspective, I can explain things a little bit easier to you. I don't want to go into too much detail because I will be placing my source code. Hang on one second. Hey, my source code onto my internet site. So if there's any issues with anything, you can consult that. But my first thing I wanted to explain to you guys, I am using an emulator. I actually have a device which I do all my debugging with, but to make a video, I'm using my emulator. And I was getting an error that it was working on my device, but it was not working um, on my emulator. I'm going to explain something why. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go. This is probably not going to be seen right now through my video, but I'm going to go to something called Android Virtual Device Manager, okay, and see right here, this is my emulator. Galaxy Tab test doesn't work, and that's fine, but Galaxy Tab, see right here, I have the version 422. That is the one we are using for class. That's the target for Android. That's our API level is 17. Well, anyway, this is the error I was getting. I had a heap size of 32. See what happens when your device, when your application starts becoming a little bit bigger. Um, 32 is the standard, generally what they give you. It's at least for me. I use a lot of pictures in mine. I'm guessing this is why it happened, but I increased it to 100 and it works perfectly fine now. So that if you're getting an error that says like no for emulator, like it works for your device but it doesn't work for your emulator, and you see something that's like an out of memory error and it cannot load XML files, something like that, check that first. And make sure you have enough heap size. 100 should be enough for now. That might be too big. I just don't want to deal with it because more images will be coming in my version of Into the Deep Space 2.0. Alright, anyway, we're going to go back here. So let's go ahead and close out of this. And we're going to go back to my emulator. And here's my app. Before I get into anything else, I want to go into my acknowledgement, my info section, required by Dr. Pargas. And right here is Into the Deep Space, developed by yours truly, David McKnight. And the description is pretty simple. You travel throughout space and see awesome images of planets in our solar system. This is stage one of an assignment I hope to build on in the future. I will probably only use this for the assignments. I will not be using this for my project. I am doing a game with a grad student probably for my project, but I will at least be updating this and using databases and going through assignments 1 through 4 with this. And then eventually I would like to develop something with someone, an app like this for educational purposes. Acknowledgements, I did not use anyone's code. I did not get any help with anybody's code with this project. I did this all on my own. Well, kind of on my own. I use Stack Overflow. Guys, use Google and Stack Overflow. Tutorials are nice. Maybe if you don't have any knowledge of how to do it, tutorials can kind of help you out maybe initially, but really you just need to just get into the code and figuring out how to do stuff. And Eclipse is so it's really interactive with you. Java is really the Java on Eclipse, having the API right there and having definitions of things you need is really awesome. Using Stack Overflow, Google, I'm telling you, it's such an awesome thing. I think you learn a lot more that way, so I recommend doing things that way. But just to give you a few more acknowledgments, I used Wikipedia and spacefacts.com to get some of the facts I have. And these 4 little websites right here where I got the pictures are. They are free, they are open source, but I am not using this for commercial use. And plus this is for educational purposes. So if you have a problem with what I am doing, shove it, to be honest with you. Okay. All right, so here we are. This is my Into the DCS app. We are now going to delve into everything. And first of all, I want to explain something. How you get pictures in. All right. Now, since I'm not dealing with since I'm not dealing with a real designer or an artist, I am just throwing my file. I don't have different sizes of files. I don't have time for that. So I just dumped them all into this file right here. Now, these are generally, Google these up, HDPI, IDPI, MDPI. These are all these images right here. I just stuck them in here. Now, one thing you do need to know about these pictures, I'm going to, excuse me. The one thing you need to realize about these pictures, and I'm getting a phone call from somebody, so hang on one sec. Alright guys, sorry about that. I got a phone call from my mother-in-law, not that you really care. So we're back in business. And alright, I don't know where I was at. Oh yeah, I was talking about images. Okay. So I placed them all in here. You put them in here. And so when you go to, and here's my main screen. This is my main screen XML file. You click here. They're going to be under drawable. That is something I'm sure hopefully all of you guys know, but just in case. One thing, I think I already said this, if I didn't. The ratio of these photos are 16 by 10. They are not 16 by 9, much to my chagrin. So when you are using pictures for something and you don't want them to look stupidly stretched, now they might look stretched in the XML file right here, but if you want to use these images, they are not actually 16 by 9, they're 16 by 10, so a good pixel size to search for when you're looking for pictures is 1280 by 800. Obviously, when we get out in the real world, we don't have to do pictures unless you are that type of person, and if you are, more power to you, but you'll probably have no life when it comes to building apps, because this took me forever just to freaking find pictures, and I had to resize them and crop them and stuff like that. Well, anyway, all right, back to my screen. So I have an image button right here. This little guy. Yes, next time in version 2.0, he will be rounded off and not look stupid like that. And yes, I understand that Earth is probably more up here, but just bear with me. It's version 1.0. This is basically a beta test. Let's see if I can actually know how to do this. So we're going to click this button because it says press button to enter our solar system, and here we go. Does it work? Yes! Version 2.0 will actually have images of solar systems here, so just bear with me. So anyway, right here, choose a planet. I will choose a planet. What's a planet? We can just do something, but before I do that, I did something else called a spinner. Basically, think of a drop-down box, and you press this. Look at that. Then you can go ahead and click on what you want. But that's no fun, because in order to meet the qualifications of this project, I had to do something to interact with something. So I am going to type in Venus. Press go. And there it goes. And see right here? I have stuff right here. I'm going to explain some of this stuff for you. You can play around more with this. We're going to press back. This photo is a little stretched out a little bit. I really haven't had time to fix that, but it looks cool for now. Let's go see Uranus. Yep. Alright, let's see what happens here. Oh, enter doesn't work. I will have to fix that next time. This is a cool photo. And this is Uranus. See right here, you got this information right here. I'm going to explain more of this about this to you guys in a second. Well, let's just go one more because, hey, what's Earth? Let's just do Earth because Earth is the planet we're at. So, don't press enter. Alright, see this? Okay, that's Earth. So, this is the information I have. Now, to explain to you this information, I have to go back to my XML file. This was the incorrect way of doing it. In version 2.0 we'll do this, but what you want to do, if you have a project that has multiple screens that look the same, you want to go down here to layout. You want to go ahead and do something like this. Create new, other. You're going to go here. XML layout file. I'm not going to do it. You enter it from there, and from when you do that, okay, you create a file. It's basically, think of it as a template. And so when you create a class, an activity class, what you do, let's say we call I think I did make one, we make one planet style. So when we're on the code, all right, and we want to make a template, don't go to Sublime Text, go to Earth. See, right here, I made one for each thing incorrect way. Version 2.0 will fix that. And so what you do instead, you do set content view. Can't type. r.layout dot planet style. All right. Where is that? Oh, because I took it off. I'm not. Oh yeah, there it is. It's not activity. Yeah. Planet style. So you would do that. Get this autocorrect thing. You have planet style. Now that is not the way to do it. I'm going to comment that out because that is the way to do it. Obviously, it's not going to work the way I would like it right now. And so I'm not going to go through all my details of my code, but if we go back to, let's go to Earth XML, which is right here. I'm going to zoom out. See, basically right here, I have text boxes that I have right here, and then I have blank boxes. All right, I want to be able to access those. All right. So what you do is make sure you do this after this stuff right here, because you start allocating space, like text views. You make more text views and more text views and more text views. And so what we do is you want to name them the same thing. So I'm going to make a text view, planet name equals text view, find view by ID, r.id.planet name. And what that's going to do is that's going to locate on the style that I'm using. That's going to locate the variable in the XML, right? So where is that XML? Let's go to graphical layout. That's going to be stuff like right here. And so what you do, I still press wrong buttons all the time. All right, so what you do is you set text to the things you just made that on your class to basically to whatever the text is right in these edit text things. All right, and that's pretty awesome, I think. And so basically, I have a constructor that has all my information. I make a planet class that has a constructor, and then I shove in since this equals this thing I just made equals the thing on the other screen, the XML document. When I have day length set text, it's going to make it the same, and I cannot explain things very well, so just bear with me. I am not a teacher, but I just want to show a few things to you. I'm done with this. I will explain things more on version 2.0 because I don't understand this well enough right now. But just look at my text, and I'm going to go back to my little guy. Where is he? Just go back to your, let's go ahead and click on something else. Neptune. I think this is a pretty cool picture. And so this information is actually for my constructor that I made on my Neptune class. And so you set the constructor, you set the text view on the class, and you set it to this text view in the XML file, which was blank, remember? And so when you set the information from the planet into that, it works itself well. And I am horrible explaining things, so sorry about that if I confused you, but look at my text and you'll figure it out, my code, you figure it out. Alright guys, have fun. I have on my website, I will have more instructions and tips how to do things. But that's my video for now. I just wanted to show you guys a few things, so have a good day.